Yeah.
Loud. Turn this one up, my boy. 3 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah. Radio. It's 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock. From 3 to 5, they going live. On MisFits Radio. Turn it up. That's my favorite show. It's 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. From 3 to 5, they going live. On MisFits Radio. Turn it up. That's my favorite show.
From 3 to 5, they going live on MisFits Radio. Every Sunday, yeah, they certified. My favorite show. New guest this week, ain't no surprise what you been praying for. If you're trying to take their top spots, you better pray some more. Slick got the camera rolling, lab on the ones and twos. It's a lot, they going in the dirt and someone come for you. This my favorite podcast, you listen, it's your favorite too. Playing all the hits where they in trouble if they play with you. Artists in your music in, come and get an interview. Tune in every Sunday, cause you know that's what I'm about to do. 3 to 5, they going live, black owned and black operated. Indie hits the mainstream, if it's hot, they gonna play it. I ain't even gotta say it, watch it back on Roku. Going live on IG or catch the show on YouTube. Tune in every Sunday and catch up on the latest news. And close your ears and close your eyes, cause that's what all the haters do.
It's 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock. From 3 to 5, they going live.
My name's Show.
MisFits
It's in the building. WestSide MisFits. 3 to 5 going live. You heard what he said, right? Anyway, it's another great Sunday, Father's Day edition of WestSide MisFits Radio and TV. Live as always. I am DJ Lab. No, I don't know. I don't do this part.
I am K later. I don't know why he over there acting like he acting brand damn new today.
And then of course we got Sick 316 in the building. I wasn't gonna wake you up, my friend. I was gonna let you sleep it through, but I guess you woke up on your own. But yeah, I was gonna let you sleep through this one because we have nothing else after this, so I figured you can get that 2 hours worth of rest. But since you up,
Hey, Slick. I'll be upstairs to harass you when we done.
but since you up, so look, I got a question I gotta pose to you guys. We were just talking about this off air. So if you're talking to a person and you know that person has been in the hospital or has been sick, and the next day or two you check on them, say, hey, how you doing? Are you okay? You know,
No, you didn't say, are you okay? You said, hey, how you doing?
I said, hey, how's everything?
Okay.
I said, how's everything? Now, if that person wants to expound on what's going on with them, do you not think that they will tell you, or do you think that you should ask more questions?
I said he's not asking the right question for them to expound, because if you text me and ask me how I'm doing, I'm responding, I'm doing okay, or I feel like shit and I'm going to sleep. That's what that question entitles.
No.
Yes,
because
yes.
If I know that, if you know that if I know and you know that I know you,
I feel like I feel like you don't give a damn. You really just doing due diligence just to ask how I'm doing. Like you just
no.
Yes.
That's not the case. That's
That
not
is
the
the
case.
case.
It is the case is if I ask you how you doing, and if you want to expound on that question, you will. It's not my place to delve deeper into the question.
Yes, it is. So Slick says she'll ask what happened.
Exactly. And
Yes.
I told you, Slick would get mad at me when I
Yes,
don't
because
go deeper.
you're not asking the right question in the beginning.
I think I am.
You're not.
I'm being.
That question is an everyday type question. If you text me good morning, like remember when I used to do my little daily emojis? That's what that type shit is that you're doing.
Not.
Yes, it is.
The context turns different.
It does not. How do I know the context turned?
Because I already know you in the hospital.
That doesn't matter.
I already know you've been sick.
Doesn't matter.
It's different if I didn't know.
No.
Bullshit.
No, you bullshit.
Because then I feel like
you
I'm
don't
being
care.
nosy.
No, I feel like you're not really caring, and you just tapping the shoulder just to say you did some bullshit.
No, that's not the case with me.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, if and that's not the case with a lot of people. If they what's going on, D? If they text you after you've been in the hospital to say how you doing, that question is, I'm doing okay. The doctor thinks I need to do this, so I need to get some rest. You're going to expound on more of that question. You're not, and then if I say, and then you say I'm doing okay, then I say, well, what the doctor say?
Yes. Well, fuck it. You didn't even ask me how I was doing when I had my goddamn surgery and I was gone for a month. So
I did ask you.
No, you didn't, nigga.
Oh, well, my bad. It tried to my head, not my heart.
Whatever.
But but if I do ask and I don't go deeper, just add to the answer because I'm not going to be nosy and ask more. I just don't do that.
Well, just don't ask shit at all.
Why? Because I'm generally asking because I care. It may not be enough questions for you or whoever to feel like I care, but because I won't ask at all. If I don't care, I'm not gonna ask a lot of times, or I might forget or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, if I'm asking, I've just never been that type of person to delve deeper into a question.
Because deep down, you really don't give a shit.
Oh, whatever, boo. I ain't got a boo button. I don't even have a boo button.
Thanks for calling WestSide MisFits.
All right. Y'all can go back and forth to the moon turn blue.
What's going on?
What I'm trying to get you, at the end of the day, there's no possible way for you to tell him how he feels. It's just not possible. Mm-hmm. If he get hit with a brick, you can't say how bad it hurt or how much it didn't hurt. Or you just no way, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not possible.
It's not possible? You don't think it's possible?
You know what I'm saying? So, that's just one of the things that, like, y'all have to agree to disagree upon. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense to y'all.
Yeah, it does. The phone not hung out. Look, move the phone out the way of your iPod. Okay, can you hear me, D?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit, but you low.
Oh, okay. How about now? Can you hear me now?
No, you still low. I can hear you, but you low.
Oh, okay, my bad. So.
Yeah, but that's just one of the things. So, what was the initial? I don't even know. I just hear y'all going back and forth. Like, what was the initial?
So, Lab said the question is, Lab said if he knows somebody's been sick or in the hospital or whatever, and he asks you, "How are you doing?" a couple of days later, is it your responsibility to say how you're doing and expound on what happened, or is it his responsibility to ask additional questions?
Depending on the person. I mean, like, okay, depending on our relationship, right? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's kind of a personal matter. You know what I'm saying? Why somebody might be in the hospital, so like, you don't really want to try to elaborate too much of people's business. To be like, shit, what would you use in the hospital for? Because it could be something that they don't want to share. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's somebody who's just close to you that you really rock with, you know, okay, yeah, all right, look.
So it is somebody you close with, somebody you rock with.
Okay, but then, yeah, of course, I mean.
Because let me tell you what Labs ain't finna do. He ain't finna ask you nothing if he ain't rocking with you in the first place. So let's just be clear on that.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you know, if he... Like I say, to me, it depends on the person. Cause you got some people who cool with, you know what I'm saying, let you know their business. You got some people who be on some, you know. Like I said, it depends on the person.
Exactly, cuz Slick say she gonna ask.
That's my opinion. Guess what? That's my opinion. I ain't say there's no wrong or right answer.
No, your opinion is correct. Your opinion is correct.
No,
your opinion's on the right side of the coin, on the right side of history.
But he was on both sides of the law. Well, thank you for calling in.
Thanks, D.
No problem.
All right. We're going to move on from that. We're going to move on. Because right. We're going to, just like D said, we're going to agree to disagree.
I'm right.
We're going to agree to disagree. So what's been going on? Hey, it's Father's Day.
It is.
Did you...
Did I what? I ain't got no father.
No. Your baby daddies. Did y'all text y'all baby daddies today? All the good baby daddies, did y'all text them today and say, what's good? How y'all doing? Happy Father's Day to y'all? Whether
they good or bad, I did text them.
Okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Fathers are important, especially black fathers. So, I want all the women who didn't text their baby daddies today to get off this line and go and text them, then come back.
He texted me, so on Mother's Day, so I text him.
Okay, see how cordial that is. See? All right, good. So, all the fathers, I want to say, take a moment and say Happy Father's Day to you.
Did you get a Happy Father's Day?
I did. All three of my children said Happy Father's Day to me.
That's good.
My ex-wife did say Happy Father's Day to me. She better have it because I'm a great dad. I'm a great father.
My kids are grown as hell. What are we talking about?
It doesn't matter. They made it to be
I'm
grown
talking
because
about
I
your
was.
kids, but not. Why is your ex? Why is it a necessity for her to text you?
The same reason you text yours.
It's not a necessity.
It's
for
not
me,
a necessity.
But I'm still co-parenting with mine.
No, your kids are grown too.
No, but my daughter still goes
She's
back
in
and
college,
forth.
though.
She
She's
still
in college.
goes back and
She's
forth.
in college.
She still goes back and
Okay,
forth.
it doesn't matter.
So until we finish co-parenting her,
Okay,
then it's not a necessity anymore.
it's not a necessity.
So why did you feel that your wife had your ex-wife?
No, she didn't have to. Let me clarify that. I'm saying that as a good father, it's only right. My kids made it to be grown because I was a great dad. I gotta thank myself. As Stu says, I want to thank myself for being a great dad. Happy Father's Day to me. You know, starting out early. What you say, Slick? You got to come host one Sunday, D.
She's talking to D.
Yes, D. You do got to come host one Sunday. No, don't fake us out, man. Come up here and talk. Spit that game like you be spitting. Anyway, good father should get Happy Father's Day, whether you rock with him like that or not. I don't rock with her like that. But I know my kids made it to be adults, and because I was a great dad.
So after they passed, like both of my children, I passed the full-grown adulthood, and we're not taking care of neither one of them. I feel like I don't have to text you no damn more.
You don't have to.
I don't feel like I need to, want to, should to, nothing.
No, you don't have to. No.
Okay.
You don't have to. She talking to D.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
So, what you think about this weather?
Well, it was great yesterday. Like, it was nice and cool. It wasn't too hot. But, you know, it's like off and on. It's raining. You can't really know what to dress for. Don't you think that? Because yesterday, the bottom fell out for no reason. It fell out for like 15 minutes.
It stormed in my house twice.
Yeah, it just started raining for like hard for no reason. Then it went away and you ain't see it no more.
Well, no, I saw it again in my house. It came back with full of vengeance. It was like, oh, my bad. I wasn't done the first time. Let me come back and show you some more.
Yeah, I didn't, it rained hard over here. And then it stopped. And it rained like we went to the store. And while we was in the store, it started raining real hard. Then we came out the store and it stopped raining. So I don't know what that was, but that was kind of, I like rain. I like colder weather.
I don't like rain.
I mean, it's okay.
I like rain every now and then again, but doing this rain that we doing every day, it becomes depressing.
Really?
Yes. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't been wanting to go outside, because I don't want to get caught in the rain.
That's what umbrellas are for.
No, the umbrellas ain't protecting your feet the way this rain been coming. It ain't just no little light rain that's falling straight down. This rain be coming from side to side. The wind be blowing.
Yeah, like Slick said, it rained like a motherfucker yesterday. So these say the weather is like a female. You just never know.
Whoa, damn. Well, did we not throw a hole?
What'd you say, D? Just like you never know. I agree.
I see you over there starring shit, okay?
Yeah. Rain like a woman, just raining, just wet.
That's a whole different
I don't know no woman who got that. I ain't never experienced that wetness before. So let me just throw that out there.
I'm so confused. So confused.
You never get it. You be so on the outside looking in.
I do.
And you be right here sitting on the couch. Just never know, D. Just never know. Exactly.
Well, I'm sick of the rain.
That waterfall.
It's supposed to rain all this week, too.
Well, they say it's going to be 100 degrees by next week.
Yeah, that's what I said. We going from tsunami to fucking hell.
It's going to be 100 degrees next week. About 4 days next week, it's going to be 100 degrees.
Yeah, they said it's supposed to be a real hot summer. Whenever it gets there, we supposed to have a real extremely hot summer that we haven't had in a while.
I hope. B say, Cap, you understood. Look, I hope it just be just July, and then August it goes away.
August is always hotter than July anyway here.
I don't like hot weather. I don't know what people get out of hot. I hate hot weather.
It's not so much the hot weather. Like, I don't like hot weather. Like, I like when we've been just having these 80-degree weather days. I like those.
I don't even like 80-degree weather days.
I don't like is I just want to see the sunshine. The sunshine makes me smile. I just want to see the sunshine. The rain makes me frown. Well, and it just make you want to sleep all day.
Well, I don't want the sun with the heat. You can give me sun, but it could be like 70 degrees, 71. 68 is great.
That's cold.
No, that's perfect weather. Shorts, maybe a little
Not in
sweat at
16
night.
degrees.
Yeah.
No.
D say 80 and 100 is the same. Exactly. 80 and 100 is the same degree.
It is not.
It is the same. Especially with the heat index.
Now, the heat index is a whole different ball
It
game,
doesn't
but
matter.
80 and 100 is not the same thing.
Yeah, it does. The heat index goes away at 100.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway.
Okay.
So what else been going on in the news today? You know, you keep up with this stuff better than me.
So yesterday you saw the Caucasian man dress up as a police officer and dress his car up as a police car and go in, where was he at, Minnesota?
Yeah, Minnesota.
Okay, Minneapolis, somewhere up there.
Minnesota.
And one of them M's up there. And he shot the state representative and a state senator.
And they spouses.
Yes. I can't remember who. I think somebody did survive, didn't they? Or did they?
Two of them survived and two of them passed away.
All right. And so they come to find out he had a list. He was finna go on a rampage. He had 70 people he was finna go after. But they can't find him.
So he's still going after him then?
He ain't went after him because they found his car, so he ditched his car. And he's just on the run now. So they went and talked to the roommate. The roommate, they always look crazy.
Right.
Can I say crazy? Because, you know, y'all be suspect in what I can say these days. So the
you can say crazy.
Okay.
Trump let us say anything we want to say now.
Okay, so the roommate looks crazy as hell. But anytime this happens, the roommate, the family member, the spouse, they always just look crazy in the motherfucker.
They don't be knowing what's going on.
So, but yeah, so he had a list of 70 people, and they can't
all
find
of them
them.
Democrats, right?
They didn't tell the name of the people.
I saw some on there today when I was getting ready for the show said that AOC was on the list. Somebody else, the Muslim senator in New York was on the list. Lady, I forget her name, and I don't want to mispronounce Omar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think her last name is Omar. I don't want to mispronounce it. But, you know, I was reading a couple of comments on social media, and, you know, the thing that gets me is how we have changed to a society of thinking that's okay. There's a lot of people thinking that what happened was okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a lot of people in the comments like they got what they deserve.
Well, fuck.
Like they should have, you know, the going against Trump is, a lot of people are saying that, like, when you go against them, the president, stuff like this happens when Democrats put out that racist rhetoric or whatever they be saying. But a lot of people are really okay with this.
Oh, they're not on my timeline. So.
Like, you have to look at both timelines to understand what's going on in this country.
Yeah.
But the amount of
hatred.
And
why are you surprised? The shit we came from.
I know,
hatred.
but it's just like it seems like it's just extra now. Like it's
always every
extra.
Time it's extra. It became extra when Trump went in office the first time.
Okay.
So it became extra then, and then people wasn't really paying attention to it because we had so much other shit going on then. Because you got to remember, we had the pandemic, you had the George Floyd, you had all of that going on at the same time. And if you remember, everybody was like, a lot of the people in that time was okay with all the bullshit that was happening.
Right.
These people that support Trump are not the regular middle class people. Majority of these people that really support Trump is them backwood country hillbilly ass people.
Allegedly. Allegedly. We're going to say allegedly, but we know the truth. Allegedly. But so anyway. Yeah.
Slick said white men really out
here being assassins.
Yeah. But
allegedly.
The flip side to that is, did you see the march, the rally?
Yeah.
How nobody really showed up for it?
Yeah.
And did you see how the people went out and protested and stood and was going for him? But my thing was, even if we can get him out of office, we ain't doing no better with JD Vance.
Not at all.
So it's like,
what
y'all
do we do? What do you do?
Well, you would have to get rid of the whole
bangy bang.
Right. So it's like y'all put him in office, and now y'all mad because y'all put this tyrant in office. The last time he was in office, he showed you he was a tyrant.
People don't learn. They don't. You know, you got to show them better. You can tell them a lot of times.
America is definitely spoiled, but death is like normal. What say?
That's what Slick say. Death is like normal. That's why people are not really concerned with it. I mean, it was a lot more people that was concerned with it, but my problem is that for us to be supposedly a Christian nation, not say supposedly with very big quotation marks, we okay with killing folks. And we just
was okay with hanging us. So what are you talking about?
I get it, but I'm just saying like.
So I don't understand why you're so surprised because they were Christians and holding the Bible when they will hang us up on a tree.
But we're supposed to be a more developed nation. We're supposed to be smarter than we were.
Why? It was just in the 1960s. Hell, we just in 2025. We ain't too evolved from it.
It's just amazing. Like, it's just amazing. It's amazing to me because we know that certain groups are going to do certain things to certain people. But we also got groups that you wouldn't even think that are agreeing with this too. That's the surprising part. Like, the regular guy who goes to a 9-to-5 office is like, yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And I know what you're saying about how cruel they were to us when we were coming up in the 60s and 70s and all that stuff until today. So I know there's no, but I don't want to say we used to it, but we know how they treat us. So we're prepared for it.
So then why are you so surprised that the nation or America is acting like this when it's clearly been an issue?
I'm like Slick. I want them to value life more. Humble Being says, no, what y'all leaving out is the fact of the days we're living in. Exactly. Humble Being says it's only going to get worse.
I can believe that. And it's only going to get worse. And then people don't believe what really happens. Excuse me. Like, most people are so banned and bound on social media to, if it ain't on social media,
it's not true.
It's not true.
Right.
And then you have the people that's misconstruing everything else. WestSide MisFits.
All right, so I want to touch on that situation.
Go ahead. You got to speak in the mic, D.
The thing that y'all, okay, we ain't gonna call it complaining, but we just gonna say the things y'all speaking upon, right? The stuff that y'all see in our country or whatever the case is, it's light. That's light. It's light. Like what y'all see, you know, what we face is light. Cause it's like right now as we speak, boom, okay. In another country, there's a missile going off. It's a school being blown up right now as we speak with kids in it. It's a car going down the street with a suicide bomb in it right now, going up innocent neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't going through that right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the future may bring. Hopefully that won't be the case or whatever. You know what I'm saying? For our country or whatever. But America is spoiled. Like, we ain't seeing that type of stuff. You know, we breaking that type of stuff into people's lives or whatever. You know, they going over there doing it to other people, but in like the time and the days we live in, it's already been spoken upon.
I don't think this is nothing new though. I think it's been happening. You just have more media outlets to show you what's happening. I don't think nothing that we're going through is nothing new. They've been over there dropping bombs for years. They was dropping bombs back when I was in high school.
Yeah, Beirut.
Right. But okay, go ahead.
But it's just we didn't have. You only had CNN basically at that time and the world nightly news,
right?
To really kind of keep you updated. Now you just see it like as
every
it's
day.
Happening.
Right.
I get it. But at the same time, what I'm saying is, okay, look, check the rules. Even with that or whatever, right? You had countries that we knew, okay, all right. When we at that time, what you speaking upon, America wanted to be F with. Like, we was probably the strongest country in the world back in them days. Like, you had no fear. You had no type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't going, like, you knew, like, folks weren't going to play with us at all. You know what I'm saying? But now, these days, Like we got countries that that's probably just as strong as us. That like if it was to go the wrong way or something was to go wrong, like it'll be a catastrophe. Like stuff ain't gonna go like that no more. Like it just don't work like that. Like they ain't afraid of America like they used to be.
But you know why they not
power too.
But you know why they not afraid of America no more? Because we sent them the shit. We sent them the
That's
weapons.
What I'm trying to tell you. Like,
yeah.
And then, okay, look. The crazy, look. Even with that right now, whatever, right? When COVID hit, was America safe?
COVID? When you say with
the
COVID
world
hit?
Wasn't safe.
Nah,
there wasn't nobody in the world safe. When COVID hit, wasn't nobody safe.
Right.
So you got to think they just had some other stuff going on that didn't really get out of hand. Or the point I'm making is it's the time. It really ain't got nothing to do with nothing but what the Bible already spoke about. The time's gonna get harder and harder. All the stuff that's going on, even with let's just say in the Bible spoke upon how kids were gonna be rebellious against their mothers and their fathers and things of that nature. Like this thing about when we were coming up, some of the stuff that you hear kids say to their parents, man, we went there. We wouldn't even, man, listen, bro. It wasn't no way possible. We could have got away with the stuff that they get. It's the times they said the times gonna be like this. So
right.
Like you can either believe or not, but it already done spoke on it though.
Okay.
So it's just the times. You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
Things are different. Even with the internet, like it's just times. Things just different now. It ain't what it used to be. It ain't gonna never be what it was. It's gonna get worse. It's just that on that. You'll see. Hopefully, we'll be around to see what happens. But really, in our age, we don't know when the end gonna be. We don't know that.
Right.
That's what we don't know. It's
right.
all left up to God. But I'm gonna shorten this by saying this right here. Just look at the fact of like Black history, and it took all that out of school. Like, okay, slavery and all that stuff. They don't even teach. They don't really teach about that no more. We the last like generation that really know about that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when we go, it's gonna be a lot of stuff that we knew that we took to the grave that the kids behind us ain't gonna even know. Even like cursive writing, they gonna be like, what the hell is cursive writing?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta understand and pay attention to what's really going on at time. We ain't gonna be here to tell them, back in the days we didn't disrespect our mothers and our fathers. We're gonna be gone. So all that, you just imagine how the time's gonna be, and it's sad because we got the kids that's coming behind us and our generations that's coming behind us. They ain't gonna know some of the things we know. You know what I'm saying? So it's
but that's on purpose though.
Times there ain't nothing you can do about it.
That's on purpose though, D. That's on purpose. All the history and stuff that they getting rid of.
Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's on purpose.
They wiping away so much. Like, man, it get deep.
Yeah.
The Bible already spoke upon it though. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to pay attention to what's going on.
All right.
That's all I have to say though.
I appreciate you calling. Yeah, I agree with a lot of what he says.
But guess who been erasing a lot of the shit?
Exactly.
Your president. He's been erasing all of the history. Like,
right.
He's getting rid of all the history. He's defunding the schools. He's defunding the education. Like, it's him. But they put him in play. And the stupid thing about it is he wrote it out to let them know he was finna blow some shit up. Yeah. And they read it and was like, nah, this ain't true.
Well, see, the thing is, a lot of what D was saying, I agree with. The reason why he was able to do this and is able to do this is because a lot of people just don't care no more.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people, like, I hear people our age talking about our history don't matter. We need to move forward, not backwards. So when you have those kind of mindsets and ideas, that it does start fading away. The stuff that we know now, we won't, that our next generation or two generations down won't know and won't care about.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it won't be an issue for them. And the problem with that is that they might repeat it. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the purpose of history. It's to know where you came from so you won't repeat it.
Yeah. And then just like my daughter, she had posted the bombings over there. Is it Israel? I don't want to say the wrong country, where they just bombed a couple of days ago.
Iran.
Iran.
Yeah.
So she had posted a video of it, of like how the city looked after it was done and how it was just flat. And she said that somebody responded back to her and was like, "Why did you post this?" And she was like, "Because this is what happened." And they was like, "Why do you care?" And she was like, "Because it's sad and they still people. They're human. Like what are you talking about?" So I get it what you're saying. Like people just don't care.
D says it's deeper than him. It's the times we're living in, and that's not just him. Slick says it's about what old school music sounds like, and that's simple.
What?
Huh?
I don't know what the old school.
What the old school music means, Slick? You gotta expound on that a little bit. It's what old school music sound like.
So I just think it's a lot of, like how D is saying, it's a lot of people don't care no more, like y'all saying. And I think a lot of people, for them, that's how he got in office, for them not to care. But he's making it 10 times worse by alleviating a lot of things that, for whatever reason, people thought it was going to affect people of color. It affects them more than it affects us. That's why you seen the majority of marching yesterday in all the cities were them. It wasn't us, because this now is affecting them. More so is affecting us. Like, we've always been affected. Right. We've always been down. They always been on our neck. But now it's showing, oh damn, shit, this happening to us. This affecting our business. This is affecting our income. This is affecting my companies and my lifestyle and my household. Because just think about it, he deporting everybody. Right. Who the hell gonna clean the hotels?
Well, they'd already talked about that. They already talked about that.
But I'm just saying, like,
he says, even if you care, what can you do about it? So he says, it's like, I'm saying we don't have any of our age. Like, okay, when Slick had a conversation about old school music, and what is our old school music? So it's kind of like all that stuff is fading away. Like, we know what our mama's old school music is. And we
ours was like the 90s.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like the 90s.
Yeah, I said our old school music is the 90s. When, like, the ending part of Keith Sweat, Guy, Jodeci, that's what I think our old school music is.
Yeah, so it's like it's not time.
And apparently it's Wale, Akon, because the new kids, the younger generation, the streamers and stuff don't know who they are. Because I seen a video yesterday, some streamers have posted Akon singing his song, and they was like, "This song gonna pop when it hit." This song already don't hit. This song already don't pop. It already don't hit.
Right. I get that. I understand what you're saying on that. I think it's a lot of things that we are used to that are being lost. And I think it's on purpose. I think a lot of times, a lot of that stuff is on purpose. And it's like D says, it's just a sign of the times. It's just how things are, how things going to move forward. You know, there are also a lot of...
Go up one.
She's saying lick this, suck that. That's not going to be timeless music.
No, it's not. But if you think about it, our music was like that too. Like, if you really listen to our music, you go back to our music, our music was more raunchy than their music.
You think so?
Oh, yes.
No.
Yeah. You need to
I mean, you think...
Thanks for calling WestSide MisFits.
All right, this is my last call, but I want to touch on this right here. Boom, okay, check the move. Now, this the deal. It's just like, okay, boom, our generation of how we is or whatever, right? These kids is not even smart these days. You gotta think about it. They got it so with technology do so much for them that they brains is not even equipped enough to try to learn certain things. You get where I'm coming from? That's a part of the plot. Just such is with us. When we were younger, we can remember numbers by heart. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we need a cell phone. Like, we can actually remember, hey, grandma number this, my auntie number this. If I'm stuck at the train station, I know how to get on the payphone to call my cousin.
Right.
I know how to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How mine was way more equipped than the learning that they do for them these days or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They just think about how they life, how kids' life is these days. They really think social media is real. We didn't have social media. You had to really be like a tough kid when we grew up. Like, you had to really be somebody in order to have a name. In order to be known, you had to be outside, really doing some things that really matter. Like, you get what I'm saying? Now, you can get an Instagram page, you can put up a couple pictures where you take nice outfits. Boom, that's your life. Right. That nigga pocket, that nigga kicking flavor, that nigga doing it, he doing that. But at the end of the day, you don't have to prove none of this stuff to these people because everybody at home on social media. So whatever you prove to them on social media, that's what it is to these people. That's why they think it's real. Okay, boom. All right, wait. Now you don't really need cashiers to really know how to count. Okay, boom. I go to the store. I get some groceries. I get a cashier. They ring it in. They say he gave me a $20 bill. It's 2006. So he ring in. I give him a $20 bill. Boom. He ring in a $20 bill. Bam. So I said, well, here goes 6 cents right here. He confused. He looking like, damn, what? Man, I just put in a $20 bill. I know I'm supposed to give you back that now 96-cent change. You done gave me this 1 cent. Bro, it's only $1 now. That's all it is.
Right.
Your mind don't even, their mind don't even have to be. You don't even have to have a calculated mind no more in order to work these jobs because the AI and the whoops and the computers and the calculators gonna do everything for them. It's a lazy mentality. It's like the convenience of what's the word I'm looking for? It's the word I'm looking for. Technology. The convenience of technology nowadays have made the kids that come up with us lazy because they didn't really have to read and do the fundamentals and math and all the stuff that we had to do. Like all the stuff that they teaching us in school and stuff. Like, man, we don't really need this stuff. But at the end of the day, it did you a little good. Now, it definitely don't do you no good because the computer's doing all the work for you. This the kicker to that. Now, all this technology and all this stuff comes from computers, AI, this and that or whatever. Now, what if something was to happen like a catastrophe and all this stuff shut down?
Right.
Now you're depending upon intelligence that you didn't go and obtain. You see how the world can just be?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How times it just get out of hand. I just want to touch on that to put a little something on y'all mental to make you think like, damn. That's how they, you know what I'm saying? That's how they get you, like.
Right.
But it's crazy. But that was my last time call. I was just putting that on y'all mind.
Okay. I appreciate you. I get what he's saying. Like, if the grid goes out, no electricity or anything, we are going to be in trouble because a lot of things that we do and we are used to are attached to electricity. And that's true. A lot of the manual stuff like books and all that stuff, we don't necessarily have anymore. Like I do still have physical books and there's some physical media, but even that's electronic. But like just books and stuff, like if there was a time where the grid got knocked out and we didn't have electricity for months and months and months and months and months, we will all go crazy because we don't have any physical media. We don't know how to interact with each other anymore. We don't know how to talk to each other. We don't know how to communicate in a face-to-face conversation.
First of all, don't nobody got no house phone no more. So.
No house phones anymore, so we're going to start off with smoke signals again. So, Slick says, let me get a couple comments. They say, Slick, I'm not going to read all this about the music. We're going to move on about the music. Social media allow our touch to be closer to others in the world. You don't have to guess what's going on anymore because social media has it right there, and that's true.
That is true. But, like, Dee was saying on the call, like people not knowing how to count. That shit's been going on. It didn't just started. That not counting shit has not just started. They not been able to count in the registers. That's been going on way beyond yonder, like 30-something years ago. Because I remember working in fast food restaurant, and I was always stuck on the cashier because my drawer never came up short. But everybody else's drawer would always come up short, and I'm like, how y'all coming up short?
Right, because nobody...
Or they would come up short or over.
You take a lot of people don't even know how to read the mechanical clocks, like the clocks with no digital. Just I forget what they're called. There's a name for them. You know,
I thought the other one was just called a digital clock.
Yeah, I think this is like mechanical. It's like a mechanical clock where you have to read in between the numbers. Like people can't even tell times no more.
I seen that on social media. They did a test to see. But those were old people that was fucking it up. It wasn't the young people.
But, we adapt. A lot of us adapt to the situations we're in. Like, not giving us a pass. We should know these things. But, like Dee said, how would you write a letter if you don't know how to spell? That's true. Slick says, there's no books to read on how to do shit anymore. So you don't even have books to read. What you going to learn how to do something now?
YouTube,
YouTube.
YouTube and TikTok.
Analog clock. I think it is called analog clock. So thank you so much.
So I go on YouTube and TikTok, but I don't like books because I don't like once I buy them, I ain't got shit to put them. Like
it doesn't. You got to find somewhere to store them.
Yeah, so I don't do that. So I do read, but I read on Audible. So I have the digital.
That's
books.
not reading.
That is.
That's
reading.
somebody reading to you.
No.
You don't read the words physically.
Yeah.
I can't go that far because I always said I wouldn't have digital books, but now I have digital books because I can carry more that way. But I don't want somebody reading it to me. I mean, I might go to work and a book that I read previously, I might let them read to me, but not anything new. I think that's cheating.
How?
Because you're not reading the book. The book is being read to you.
But I can still see the words. I can still see the words.
You don't get the same feeling out of it as you do when
you're reading it. Yes, I do. Because that page gonna turn.
Oh, my God.
This page gonna turn.
No.
And I see all the words on the page.
But, okay.
Now, my mama, she still buys books. And I just had to give her 2 bookshelves for her to put her books on. Because when we moved out yonder, she had a shitload of books. We took them all to the library and donated them. Apparently, she's starting this craze all over again.
Why not? Why not? Let her
Because once you read the book, what are you going to do with it?
You might go back and read it again.
No, my mom
I read many of my books twice.
Let me tell you what my mama ain't finna do. She ain't finna go read it again.
See, Shan says she like to read books. It's an experience. It is an experience. Turning the page is an experience.
It is an experience.
Hearing that page crinkle as you turn it.
I could do it on Audible.
Highlight certain words in the book. So
I could highlight it in Audible.
Well, when I used to go read books, I used to highlight words. Go look up that definition. Write the definition next to that word. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can still do that on digital books, but you can't do it on Audible, or audio books.
I screenshot it and keep them moving.
Oh, my God. That's too much work. That's too much work. Anyway, we know that eventually the world's going to go to where there's no media, there's nothing. Everything's going to be fed to us through a tube, and we're going to get those implants by Neuralink, and all the stuff we need is going to be beamed into our skulls, and that's going to be that. Okay, right. What else is going on?
So moving on. So Cam Newton had K. Michelle on his Funky Friday.
Okay.
And I was real surprised that they didn't know each other.
Really?
Yeah. No, really that you were surprised. Also, really that I was surprised they didn't know each other.
Well, why would they know each other? He's in sports. She's in
but they both
music.
lived here. So they both would have ran.
Some people don't cross each other's paths.
But as long as they both live, like he's from here and she's been living here for years.
That don't mean they're going to cross paths.
I would have thought they would have crossed paths at some point. Because she said because they both.
They only travel in the same circles.
Yes. She don't travel in football circle, but just like he doesn't just travel only in the football circle, and both of them are restaurateurs. So I just would have pictured they would have crossed a path somewhere at somebody's function.
I just don't think that's the case.
Yeah, but I found out that they didn't know each other at all. They had never met each other until she came on his show Friday.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that was the case because of how they travel in different circles. I mean, you got to realize that a lot of them folks be busy. You know, they be doing stuff. They be doing certain things.
I understand that, but like how we have award shows, how we have benefits.
You don't have the entertainment award show and the football award show. They don't.
He doesn't just go. That's what I'm saying. Cam Newton just doesn't go to the football shit. He be everywhere else too.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying.
Okay.
But she said she had to research him and look him up because she knew nothing about him.
I can see that.
And so he knew a little.
I knew nothing about him.
Cam?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a sports person. Like, I don't watch sports like that. So, I know that he plays sports, but besides that, I couldn't tell you what team he was on. I didn't even know he was from here.
No.
You get what I'm saying? Like, if you don't really indulge yourself into sports sometimes or certain things, you don't really know about that person. You might have heard of their name in passing, but as far as who they are, what they do, where they're from, and all that stuff, you wouldn't know. I couldn't tell you what team he played for ever. I couldn't tell you what college he went to. I couldn't tell you any of his information besides his podcast because I've watched it a couple of times.
Okay. Well, I was just surprised they had never met. Like, not necessarily actually knowing each other, but I was just really surprised that they had never even
Was it an interesting conversation?
It was. Because, so, she talked about him and like how she researched him and looked him up and things about how she felt why is he creating all these broken homes? And he was saying he wasn't trying to. And she said, you know, all the podcasts and all the interviews that you've been on, she was like, this is the first time you said that. He was like, well, I didn't think I really had to, but he was like, I wasn't trying to have a whole lot of baby mamas. He said it just kind of happened that way. Just stuff happened. And he was like, he didn't never want to get married just to say he's married.
Right.
So that's not what he was on. And then she made the comment about how she had been engaged several times, and she's basically like a runaway bride.
Okay.
And then she talked about like the men that she date, she have to be able to gain music from them. If she can't be able to gain music from them, she don't want to date them. So he was like, isn't that like an opportunist? And she was like, no, that's about me getting my bag. And he was like, he did that. So basically, I found out that she is an opportunist, whether she want to call it that or not.
She is an opportunist.
So, and she said, like, I don't know if everybody know, but that not her last album. I think it was the album before last. Anybody Want a Heart or Somebody Take My Heart or something like that. You know, that whole. I didn't realize the entire album was written by Idris Elba. I thought it was like 2 or 3 songs on the album about him, but the entire album was written by him. Right. And I didn't realize that. So she talked about that. And she talked about
she used to go with Idris Elba?
Yeah. She was with him right before until he got married.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So right until he got married, they were together. And he broke her heart. But
before pre-booty or after booty?
Well, you know, she had the booty a long time.
But she took them out.
She didn't. I don't think she started taking that out until after him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that thing looked hard anyway. Any move? Okay.
But she was saying like how she's and listening to her, she's very hard. And a lot of the things that I think Cam was trying to get her to understand, she couldn't follow. Like, she was saying, how can women start getting men to talk to them and be interested in them, like the high caliber of men that she talked to? Like, she only be with rich men. That's another reason why I was surprised they didn't know each other.
Right.
But she only entertains rich ass men.
Right.
And now she's dating outside of her race also. And what Cam was saying is, you got to let us know you interested. And she was like, I'm not finna go and chase no man. And he kept telling her, that's not what I'm telling you. He was like, if you out, he was like, I'm the type of person I want to make eye contact with you. You'll probably be sitting there with glasses on, with sunglasses on. How am I gonna make eye contact with you if you got sunglasses on? And she was like, so she asked him, so how did you and your girl start dating? He said, we was at a function and I had people had some of the people at the function come back to my house. We were sitting there talking, and finally when we had just got by ourselves, she was like, so what's up? And he was like, shit, that's all he needed to know, that she was interested. And then he said he took it from there. He was like, you just have to let us know you interested. He was like, because y'all go out now with rings on and ain't even married.
Right.
He was like, so how do you want us to know? And
she talking about high value man. She got to realize that he not chasing you either. He got plenty of motherfuckers chasing him too.
That's what
so
Cam
like
said.
why I'm gonna chase you when I got 17 other ones wouldn't look me dead in my eye and tell me what I want to hear.
And that's what Cam was trying to get her to understand. And she was like, no, she was like, that's not so. And Cam was like, it is. I'm a man. I'm telling you, it is.
A rich man has plenty of people willing to, like Slick says, raw adult out here and do some things that ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, why am I gonna if K Michelle's in the room and I'm rich and she's, I guess, rich, but I got a lot of other women giving me more attention than she's giving me, I'm not going to pay attention to her.
Right.
For one, I don't need her. For two, I got all these other people giving me to teach me like a king, so you're going to get ignored.
So that's what Cam was trying to get her to understand. And then she was like, you know, he was like, I never was trying to get these women out here. And so she was like, well, don't you feel like your woman? She was like, I see how they're the comments and everything are tearing her up because of because of the things. And you know how people liked her and she had her own identity before you. And he was like, and then she, before I come back to that, then she had talked about, he was like, and I heard that you left your baby mother for a stripper. And so he started laughing and he was like, she was the stripper. She was like, who? He was like, my children's mother. He's like, I didn't leave her for a stripper. She was the stripper.
Okay.
He's like, but I allow people to run their narrative and say whatever they want to say. He was like, I'm going to always be the bad guy. He's like, no matter what. He was like, you've never seen a man that was not the bad guy in a relationship. No matter what the woman did, the man is always going to be the bad guy.
Right.
He was like, so I allow my children's mother and the media to run with whatever narrative they have. But he was like, but you know what it is. And she was like, I don't know. He was like, you been, if you was my baby mother, you know what really happened.
Right.
And I don't have to speak on it because I know you know. And if this makes you happy for them people to live like this and think of me like this, then so be it.
So they say there's power in the word hello. There is. If she come over and say hello to him, the vibe, he'll know you're interested. He'll know she's interested.
Yeah.
What's wrong with saying hello?
Yeah.
I mean, Slick, a true player, she say she send a drink over there to him if she feeling them.
But so K Michelle said if she have to do that, then she thinks she has to be the man in the relationship and she would have to run everything. And Kim's like, no, that's not what that means.
Yeah. But see, she's got. I think her mentality is screwed a little bit because she dates only high value men. She says, but she's got to realize that she's in constant competition because all women want high value men. So it's like, why I'm gonna do like if you talking to me any old kind of way, like especially with Idris Elba, he can have any woman he wants, married or unmarried. So why would I argue with you and try to explain stuff to you and make you understand and see my side of things when I got 122, 100,000 other women out here willing to go, whatever you like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why would I even waste my time trying to explain something to you? What she needs is a regular 9-to-5 guy because sounds like to me, in my own personal opinion, that she just likes to run over men anyway. And there are women out there that they'll tell you, I want you to take over. I want you to be the man of the relationship. But really, they just want to run. They can't let go of the control. And she sounds like somebody like that because why would you sending me a drink make you feel like you got to be the man of the relationship? It's just you showing interest.
Yeah, because she was like, I feel like I need to flip you over and everything. I was like, damn, that's how we get there. But so why I brought that up, that whole little scenario up, because if you watch social media, if you watch all the relationships, the coaches and all that shit, that's what they're feeding women nowadays. That's what they're telling women. And then like Cam had brought up, K Michelle brought up the lady that was on there, and she was like, I was scared to have this conversation with you because I didn't know how you was gonna react. He was like, I thought you would got mad. He was like, I don't get mad.
Right.
And she brought up the doctor that was on there that was telling him he was low functional. And he was like, the issue that he had with her, he was like, he still respected her and everything. He said, the issue I have with her and relationship coaches like her, you're not in a relationship.
Okay, so you can't tell me shit.
So how you going to tell me how to run my relationship or what to do in my relationship if you're not in a relationship?
Right.
And so Kay Michelle's like, well, I can tell you not how not to do it because this is why I'm not in it. And he was like, that was the issue he was having with her. You're not even in a relationship. You're not engaged. You don't have a boyfriend. You're not dating.
You're not nothing.
You're not nothing. So how can you tell me what I'm doing is wrong?
It's like somebody trying to tell a married person how to be married that's never been married.
Right.
How you gonna tell me how to function in a marriage and you've never ever been married a day in your life? That you don't know.
Right. So that was the whole thing. It was actually a good interview, and he said that he had to learn. He said he's glad that he basically was saying that he's glad he's done the podcast because it helped him to help his relationship better.
All right.
He was like, because he said nothing to take away from his first 2 baby mothers.
Right.
He was like, but he knows now that he took them through the ringer.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, and he apologized for that. He was like, they probably felt the same thing that she's feeling, but she's knowing how to communicate it to me to let me know. He was like, because she told him, you know, I'm a pinata out here, and you the one setting me up to get hit.
Right. Damn.
And
I like that. I gotta store that. I'm a piano out here, and you said me up. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
So, and he said when she told him that resonated for him, and he was like, he didn't realize he was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So it started helping them to know, okay, I got to be more careful in the things that I say, or be mindful of how this may affect you. He was like, because he was like, you, me and you down. So I'm thinking I could just say whatever. And she was like, you can't just say whatever.
Not in today's world. Especially with him being a celebrity. It's,
Right.
You know, it may be different for us regular Joes, but when you're a celebrity and you got podcasts with millions and millions of views, you can't just say anything. I don't just say anything a lot of times. We got thousands of views, but you get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you have to be careful about what you say and how you say it about people, because people gonna take it and misconstrue it the way that they want to hear it. So
so you know, she's pregnant again.
the
So
girlfriend,
yeah.
Cam's girlfriend. Oh, God, I shouldn't say K. Michelle.
no. So she's pregnant again. So this will be number 9 for him. He wants 11 kids.
Why?
He said that's what he's always wanted. He's always
But
wanted.
he ain't. See, let me just say this. And Cam, you can come after me if you want to. It'll be a great conversation. He wants 11 kids, but he's not with these kids every day. They with their mamas. And he out doing his thing, podcasting, meeting other women, doing whatever he want. So why is he wanting all these kids that he don't have to take care of?
Because in his words,
If he had 11 kids in his house with him all day, every day, he might feel differently.
so this is that's what K. Michelle asked him, and she was like, well, you know what? I don't even know if you see your kids every day, but I do know they're not living in your house every day.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I do see my kids every day. He said, I make it a point to attend everything they have going on. He was like, but he said, I've always wanted 11 kids. I thought the first one was going to give me all 11.
Mm-hmm.
Then I thought the second one, and he was like, I'm on the third one. He's like, when I go into these relationships, I'm not going into the relationship to looking like we finna fail. He said, it just happens. And he was
what
like,
woman nowadays want to have 11 goddamn kids? I don't know any. And I don't care if high value, low value. I don't know any woman in today's society that wants to have 11 kids.
It's something out there. I seen a lady, she had 9 or 10, and she was trying to have some
and
more.
I've seen some people on TV like the Ricos, whatever they call. They want a whole bunch of kids. Slick says you don't have to take care of them after the 10th kid, but government might. Right? Yeah. Child support, like, but he's different because he has money, so he's gonna have to pay for them children. But the point I'm trying to make is they're not with him on a everyday basis. Just going to see them and being at their functions is different because you leave after that. You don't take them with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you leave after. I had 3 kids, all stayed about 1 baby mama. All stayed at home with me, and 3 kids was a lot.
Shit, you ain't telling me. I had 2 and a bonus. Damn.
I mean, my 3 children, I love them to death. Would never change a thing about it. But 3 kids in the same house is a lot to deal with. So how you think 11 would be?
So that's what he want. I don't know if he gonna make it there, but he on baby number 9.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but
what other tomfoolery we got going on?
So I'm not on them, but I'm still on them. So because the whole thing with his girlfriend is that was like the reason why a lot of people are coming after her outside of him being with her is because she used to have this whole segment or talk about women being a pick-me, being a pick-me girl. What do you think a pick-me girl is or a pick-me woman is?
Somebody generally who just, I think K. Michelle's a pick-me. The way she sounded. Somebody who wants to be with somebody only because they got money. Like, be with me. Do whatever it takes to get with that person because they got money. They're not going to do the same things for the regular guy who just 9 to 5. A lot of women will put up with a lot of shit when a person got money. You know that's to be true.
Mm-hmm.
If you got money, you could do a lot of shit to a woman. Will forgive a lot of things if you have money, more than they will a guy who works 9 to 5 and gets paid every 2 weeks, 1st and the 15th. That's the truth. So women will do just about anything, and I don't know about men, but I know women will do just about anything to be in that lifestyle, to live that life, and to have that be comfortable, not to worry about any bills. If he brings home another woman and goes in the other room and sleeps, she might be all right with that because she don't want to lose that lifestyle.
So that's what you think a pick me is? Okay.
What you think it is?
So I think it's general around the same thing, but I think they don't believe they should have to do anything either. Like they don't have to do anything traditional, cooking or cleaning.
That's a part of the lifestyle.
Yeah. So I think that's all of that. And they're saying now she's a pick me, but I don't feel like she's a pick me because like she lives with him, like he's not cheating on her.
Was she the stripper?
The first baby mama was the stripper.
So what was she?
You know, she's a comedian.
What's her name?
Jasmine.
Jasmine what?
Brown.
Brown? I ain't never heard of her.
So she's her handle is Watch Jazzy. Her Instagram handle is Watch Jazzy.
I've never heard of her.
So yeah, I have. So
Has she done any specials?
No.
Oh, so she's an Instagram comedian. I got it.
I guess she is.
I consider a comedian somebody who's done some specials, who does some shows, some tours, that kind of comedian. Not a person who does skits on Instagram every day.
So she came out around the time of Country Wayne, Desi, B. Simone. All of them came out around the same time. So I would say she.
I don't consider Country Wayne a comedian. To be honest, no, I'm on a traditional comedian.
He does stand up. He don't do special.
I seen the special and it was boring as fuck.
His stand up is better.
Oh, it is.
That's just like what's his name? The man that walked away from all the money. To me, his stand ups, his specials are not good, but his stand up is.
That's the same thing now.
It's not because So when they go around to the different cities, a lot of times they're going
not recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they have this set and these jokes and everything that they're gonna do in this city because they know they're gonna be recorded.
Okay.
So that's why I say the set be different versus the specials a lot of times. Like, I don't got kind of out of watching specials because I been on seeing the motherfucker in person. I'm like, this shit is not like how you was on stage.
I think they giving anybody a special nowadays, so it's kind of like, boo.
You think so?
Yeah. There's some kid memes I done seen with special I ain't never even heard of before. Like, how they get special?
Who?
Shit, I can't. Like, I saw a couple on Hulu the other day. We was watching. A couple of them was funny, but I had never heard of these people. It is what it is.
But yeah, a lot of people. But that's just like even in the music industry. If you can make it on TikTok, then your shit might blow up. If you can blow up on TikTok, you gonna hit the radio. And it's so sad. The music industry don't want you if you not social media famous.
That's true. That's what a lot of things now.
So
a lot of things now. The first thing they ask you is how many followers you got.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't do anything without having followers. I don't know how some people get away with it. You know, some people who don't do social media, but I think they were already famous before social media. But now you can't really do anything in the entertainment industry or anything really without having a social media following. The bigger the following, the more shows you'll get, the more invites you'll get, all that. I mean, like Kai Sneck, he get invited to everything now. But I don't even know what he do. He's
a streamer.
Yeah, he just streams all day and talks into his stream.
Yeah.
But he has millions and millions and millions of views, like billions of views. So I guess that counts for something.
Yeah. So, and then he started getting he has the different celebrities and now to come on and.
But he only did that from the stream, like he streams all day every day. So now he gets celebrities because he has so many people in his stream and they want to be seen. You get what I'm saying? So it's like. I don't consider that to be entertainment because there's no entertainment value to it. Maybe I've seen one of his streams. They were just him yelling and the entertainer yelling, and the laughing and talking and falling over stuff, and that's not interesting to me. Like that has no.
But so you got to think about his following is not for our age group.
Okay.
Streamers are not for our age group.
Yeah.
They're for the younger
crowd.
And so that when you see the celebrities and stuff go on their thing, they're trying to pull the younger crowd
to them. Mm.
And so
they say Insta famous, exactly.
Yeah. So just like with Kevin Hart, his kids are the one that told him to go do Casanat.
Okay.
So he wasn't gonna do it. His kids are the one that talked him up to go do this.
Okay.
And a lot of the grown people, their kids are the ones telling them
to go do this.
To go do this.
Mm.
So yeah.
So podcasters like us, we have no chance.
Now, unless you want to be out here 24/7.
The small, not really small, but more intellectually diverse podcasts have no chance.
And you got to think about it. Most of the podcasts are not streaming just live like how we do. Mm-hmm. A lot of them may stream live, but then they'll go back and edit it and cut it up and then repost it. We are live, and then we just whatever the fuck happens is whatever the fuck happens. I think that's better. But actually, it's probably the other way because they could put out the shorts and get the people attention.
I put out shorts
on Instagram,
yeah, and Facebook.
I don't never see them.
I do. You ain't been. That's because you don't be on our page like that.
Your page, I like the shit, but
I put out shorts on Instagram and Slick because she does an excellent job. She puts them on Facebook. She puts them on WestSide MisFits. Like we put them on all the platforms when I do.
I've noticed. Like I went to go share something on the other day, and it was a whole bunch of people in my fucking thing that I didn't know. Like, where the fuck y'all come from? Where's the people that I normally share? And I'm thinking like, damn, what's their name on here? Because you know, once you share the people, they're automatically saved in the share section, so you don't have to know their names. But lately, I don't know what's going on with the algorithm, but it was like, I'm like, who the fuck is y'all? Like, where y'all come from? Yeah, even different. Like somebody has sent something. It's like, I sent you something, or did you see something on your timeline from another celebrity? I'm like, no. I was like, it's not rolling through my timeline. It's like the algorithms.
They testing it.
They taking shit off.
Yeah, they testing it.
And I had something today on my timeline from May 25th. I was like, where the fuck this come from? And why is this just not rolling to my timeline?
Because the people that I think what they're doing is they're trying to get you to interact with people you don't interact with that much. So the people you generally interact with, they're pushing to the bottom.
Yeah, so I haven't been seeing a lot of.
Yeah, like I've been putting them out. I've been putting 1-minute clips up of all the shows with words at the top, edited, so they could go back and put them on WestSide.
I see them on YouTube. I see them on the YouTube.
I do it on YouTube sometimes, but I do more stuff on Instagram because YouTube, the videos already. The videos here too, but like certain things, like certain topics that we talked about for a minute that had a good clip, I clip that, edit it, put the words at the top so you know what we're saying, clean up the video, and post it again.
And that's even like when y'all go live, it'll pop on my phone that say y'all are live. But then I gotta go at the top
and find it.
I'm like, where the fuck is it? I was like, it used to be like all of the people that was live used to be right there as soon as you went on, all the little bubbles. Now I gotta scroll through the bubbles.
Right, because everybody live now. You got everybody you follow just about goes live now.
So I be like, fuck it.
I have never really went live on my page on DJ Lab's page, but a lot of people go live now. It's just what they do. That's what they do. What's going on, Chris? BMU in the building. Yeah. So what else we got going on? K Michelle's opportunist, in my opinion. Cam Newton needs to stop having so many children by all these women leaving broken homes. Anyway, go ahead.
So today, Kirk Franklin releases, I guess, Father's Day special. I'm assuming it was called Den of Kings. It was with him, Country Wayne, DC Young Fly. I'm Duvall Ellis and Lou. I don't know Lou's last name, but he's a football player.
Okay.
I don't know Lou's last name, but so they were basically, he had food brought in, the chef catered. They didn't really eat the food because the shit was vegan.
Oh, he vegan.
No, so Country Wayne is vegan.
Okay.
And so DC was like, so what the fuck the rest of us supposed to eat?
Right. So
So they kind of nibbled on the food, but it was a great conversation.
Why would you have guests and only get one food for one person? Well, like, if I'm having guests, I'm gonna get the vegan person something, but I'm gonna see what the rest of the people like too. Right?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. Like, people, like, celebrities really don't be thinking. They don't use their head at all, do they?
No.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
So it was I think it was about 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great conversation. Maybe it was like an hour and a half.
It's the same conversations we have here on MisFits Radio all the time. We had one the other day. We've had one with BMU. It's the same conversations about fatherhood, trying to live life through as a black man. I'm quite sure. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But the different, I guess it was hearing all of them at the same time and hearing their different perspectives all at the same time. Like, Country Wayne has 10 kids by 5 baby mamas. So it was the perspective of him and how 2 of his baby mamas got keys to his house. They all live around him in a neighborhood close by him, except for one. Only one lives out of state. All the rest of them live here. And they live near him, and he, take care of all of them. DeVal is married to his married.
Mm-hmm.
They've been together since they were 18 years old. Lou, I'm kind of one to say she was probably about a one-night stand type thing, or she was just a jump-off type shit.
His girlfriend?
His baby mama.
Okay.
I feel like she may have been a jump-off, and he didn't really want to say that, but the way I gather that, she was a jump-off.
Okay.
And then, DC Fly, his girl is deceased.
Right.
And then Kurt Franklin, he's married.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, it wasn't more so on fatherhood. It was just being like a black man and all their different perspectives of how they handle the same situation, but they all handle it different. Okay. And to hear the conversation going on at one time, it was interesting to me because like they all was talking about how their mothers or their significant others or the baby mamas have to help them. But DC doesn't have that. His kids of his mother passed away. So it's a little bit more trying with him trying to still get his career and still
take care of his children. Right.
And and then Lou was saying he found out the girl was pregnant when he was finna go out for a Super Bowl game. Okay. He was like, she sent him a text talking about I'm pregnant. And he was finna walk out and play a whole Super Bowl game. Right. That's how he found out. And he was like, him and her just now got to a point where they can tolerate each other and be okay with each other.
And then, let me stop you right there. Let me ask you a question. If you meet somebody and y'all going out, y'all having a date or whatever, and they got money, is your first instinct to go let them go in you raw dog and nut in you?
No.
I'm just saying, like, I just don't get. I'm old, so for me 55, I just don't get the point. Like, why would you? Like you said, it was just a jump off the way he sound like.
What he sound like.
The way you get it from him.
Right. Allegedly.
But the point is, they wasn't in an established relationship. Am I right? From what you get, allegedly.
Allegedly, that's how I
So why was she or him? Let's just put it on him. Why is he going up in people raw dogging, nutting in the person, knowing that he has money for one, and knowing that a lot of times, sometimes not all, some women are there to take advantage of that. Why would you do that? Why don't celebrities have more common sense? If you was rich, let's say if you was rich, or I ain't gonna say man, let's say if you was a woman who had money, and you knew a man who had money, and y'all got together, would you let them raw dog you, or you just a regular person? You met somebody with money. Like, how do we get here? Because it used to be a time you used to be responsible, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. I can only say maybe liquor could have been playing a part in it. Like, you never know what the situation was or how it happened.
Okay, I get you.
So they could have been, because 9 times 10 when you going out on dates, unless you don't drink, you're drinking when you go out on these dates.
But where does the self-control not come in?
sometimes people think they got some self control and then they don't have it. Or sometimes the chemistry between the two people just be like, and shit just happens.
Is that what we doing?
So I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm only saying, like,
I get what you're saying, and I respect what you're saying. I'm just trying to figure out how do we get to a point to where it just anyway. Okay, go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
I lost my train.
I'm sorry. So we let folks raw dog. Okay, that we got that point across. What else is going on?
So and then so they always talking about how their careers were they first love, and then they was telling they asked Duvall asked Kirk how did he deal with being in the public eye and going through the situation of him and his son, how that became public. And he was like, I'm still going through it. Right. Like, I'm still happening. And he was, and they was like, because so DC was like, because you a gospel singer, they put you on this pedestal of you being in the church and that you're not human. Like, you supposed to be above everything else. Just because you sing gospel music, they put people on these pedestals and think y'all are not real people, but y'all are real people. Y'all have real emotions, and y'all go through real shit just like we go through real shit. And he was like, he's still going through it. And so they was telling him, aggression is not redirection. Something about, like, you can't be aggressive when you're a child, when you're trying to not chastise them, but discipline them.
Okay.
And Kurt was like, that hit home for him, but he was like, because that's what he does.
Right.
And they was like, you can't keep doing it. So a lot of the stuff that they were talking about was actually helping Kurt. Because he actually made the comment. He was like, I didn't think y'all was going to really be serious. I didn't think we was going to have these in-depth conversations. I didn't know y'all was this mature and y'all are this level-headed and y'all really ahead of the game. Because I'm assuming he know of them, but he didn't really know them.
Right.
So he's only like seeing what everybody else sees.
Right.
And not really knowing or not really paying attention to
what they are, who they are as people.
Right.
He just sees them on the camera or whatever they may be doing in their perspective.
So
careers.
He was like, he just knew they were gonna be laughing and cutting up, and he was like, but he actually learned a lot from them and learned a lot of the things that he has done wrong, is doing wrong, and how he can correct it. Aggression is not correction. That's
aggression.
What they said.
Okay.
Aggression is not correction.
Okay.
And he was like, and it was like, just because you loud and you yelling at me, don't think I'm gonna get it.
I don't receive it.
I'm not receiving it. And so DC said he only had to whoop his daughter one time. He was like, but when he was whooping her, he was telling her why he was whooping her, and she had to repeat back to him why she got the whooping. He was like, so if I have to give this to you again,
whooping. We don't say that.
What's that?
Chastisement.
Okay.
When she's getting chastised. Yeah. Okay. Finish
with some lover.
Yeah. We can't say that part. Yeah.
So he was basically saying if he has to do the incident again, and she's repeating back to him the exact same thing that he already got on her about, he was like, at this point, it's becoming a habit for you. It wasn't a one time. Lou said he doesn't. Duvall said he used to, and now he stopped. He said because he started looking at it like we always talking about the people and the violence,
right?
But we're creating the violence on our own
corporal
kids.
Punishment to children, right?
So he stopped and country slang said, "I go for mine."
Well, I'm not big on that. I've never been big on that. I've never been that type. I wasn't that type of child when I was young. I never really got any disciplinary actions like that. I don't think I've only gotten one. So it wasn't something that my grandparents, this is my grandparents, that wasn't their first go-to.
Okay.
So so my children didn't really have to experience that much from me. My ex-wife, on the other hand, was different. You know, I didn't experience, so I didn't think it was needed. Whereas she experienced it, she thought it was necessary. So it was kind of a butt heads thing. But I get what both of them. I understand what all the perspectives is on that. When it comes to that, Slick says, when we talking about how somebody can just get with somebody and then just be raw dogging, she says the vibe right with them, sexual attraction.
Yeah, that's why I said the chemistry.
But I mean, you can have sexual attraction, you can have chemistry, the vibe could be right, but you gotta also say, I don't know this motherfucker. Let me put on a condom.
Sometimes,
or put that foot up and be like, hey nigga, you can't go on me. You gotta put on a condom.
Sometimes shit just happens.
No. At some point, we gotta be adults in this, and somebody gotta be an adult in this environment. Then you wind up with a kid you don't want.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
I did lay hands on mine.
You did?
Yeah. But
I can see that.
When I laid hands on mine, I was kind of like DC. I ain't make you repeat it back to me, but while I'm laying hands on you, I'm telling you why I'm laying hands on you. It's not just coming out the blue, because I'm only gonna talk to you so many times.
Right.
So if I'm talking to you, I'm telling you, and I'm telling you, and I'm telling you, next thing you know, you finna get caught, and it is what it is. So, but I say I didn't do it all the time, but when I did it, my children know, oh, we don't really fucked up. But I think it helped my children. Like, I don't have no disrespectful ass kids. My kids are kind to other people, and even to this day, my kids know. Like, I used to tell them after they got tagged on so many times, I was like, and they used to, because you know, all kids go through an age where they want to talk back to you.
Rebellious, yeah.
So, and I used to have, this was my countdown to them. If they said something that I was finna tag them for, I'm like, say it again. And when I say it again, they knew they had to go hide and go sit down somewhere, because that meant, oh shit, we finna get it. He tagged.
Yeah.
Tag
you could have
you
been my mama, because you been like, say it again. I'd be like, you be like, say monkey again. I'd be like, monkey.
Yeah. And once you get tagged enough, you'll know not to.
No, I know. Not me.
Yeah.
Baskets by Nene say, I believe in spanking. Slick say, I do too.
Yeah.
It just never was an experience I dealt with. So, it just wasn't something I went to. I never really dealt with that. Like,
I didn't do it all the time. So when I did do it, that means you don't went too far.
Okay. Now, I'm not saying I wasn't capable of it, but I always try to think of the alternative, because my thing was, I just didn't want to see them cry. I was a little punk. I was softy. Especially my daughter. I didn't want to see my daughter cry. I just didn't want to see my children cry. So I was always trying to figure out another way to go around that. My ex-wife, though, that's a different story. You know, hey.
Go on to your room and
That's in the big city.
Snot it up and wipe your face. Go on to your room. I don't want to see you no more. Get out.
Oh,
but
Lord.
I wasn't big on to like getting a belt type thing. When I say I was tagging my kids, I was tagging them. So tag you it. So yeah. So I didn't go. I wasn't finna look for nothing. When you said the right thing, you finna get it right then.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. 'Cause, you know, it was once a conversation about tagging your kids and corporal punishment of kids, especially in the black community, and how that affects a child later on. And a lot of times violence begets violence. We know that, right? So they did some kind of test on children who didn't get tagged and children who did get tagged, and their responses and how they dealt with certain things. And a lot of times the children, this just what the study showed, the children who got tagged on was a lot more aggressive. About certain things. You get what I'm saying?
And I can only speak for my household. My children are not like that. They're less aggressive. But again, I wasn't cussing them out, calling them out their names. I think it's a level on how you do it.
You gotta walk that fine line.
So I never told my kids, I never talked down to them. I never told them they weren't gonna be nothing. I never called them stupid, or I never called them out their names.
Right.
So when I tagged you, I'm tagging you for this incident only. I'm not tagging you for some stuff you did last week. I'm not tagging you for some stuff you did last month. I'm tagging you because you done lost your mind in this moment, and I done told you to go away. And since you didn't, let me show you. And when I'm tagging you, I'm telling you that at the same time.
I get it. I get what you're saying. Slick says they will be okay. Baskets by Nene says they will respect you.
Yeah.
And Slick says not child abuse, but tagging.
And
I mean, I get it. I'm not saying that it's wrong or right. I'm just saying that my experiences, I never really experienced it. That wasn't my go-to. I just never was that type of parent. But my kids still respected me. It was just a matter of my conversation with them. No, don't get me wrong. There was no question of my children telling me, being in grown folks' conversation or telling me what they was and wasn't gonna do. That wasn't a point. But the point was, discipline in my house for me was different than it. That's if my ex-wife got to you first, you knew what it was. But if I got to you first, it might be different. It depends on the severity of the situation. I always weigh the severity of the situation out sometimes, and a lot of times to me, the situation didn't equate to tagging.
That's why I said I didn't do it all the time, but if I did,
and that was my ex-wife, all situations equated to tagging. When it came to a child being bad, you get what I'm saying, or a child being a child, I consider it to be a lot of times children being children.
Right.
But that's neither here nor there. So what else we got going on? That's it.
I don't know.
That's all you got?
I think so. Oh, so Friday was Friday the 13th, right?
Yeah.
And so the tattoo places were having discounts.
Why you ain't put that in the mass text, the family text for everybody? Because Slick want to get tattooed right now. See, that's what I'm talking about.
I didn't think she could right now.
Why she can't get no tattoo?
Because of her medicine and stuff she's going through. I didn't think she could. Because I know when I was going through mine, I couldn't.
Why? Who gonna tell you could?
The doctors told me I couldn't.
Well, why she gotta tell the doctors that she going to get tattooed?
Because if they have to do some work, then they can't do the work. You can't have after you have a tattoo, you can't have any medical work done. I think 90 days.
Well, it's been over 90 days.
No, but I was saying I didn't know she was still going through things.
No, she's still going through things.
So, but yeah.
But we talking about Slick, talking about Simpson Road. She don't care nothing about all that. She trying to get what she trying to get.
So, some of the places had good specials. Some of the places did not.
Did you get a tattoo?
I did, but I didn't end up doing the special because it was just.
Where your tattoo on your tramp stamp?
No, I ain't got no tramp stamp. Asshole.
Got that tramp stamp so that boyfriend can see his name on the back.
But a lot of the places they were doing it where you only had to do their design.
Mm-hmm.
And then some other places they were doing it, but the wait time
was a long time.
Was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like the wait times, I think people was waiting like 3 and 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My life wasn't built like that. So, but a lot of places, majority of the places did it all weekend. They did it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But
yeah, I'm gonna get a new tattoo too. It's gonna be words, but I can't tell y'all what it is because y'all might try to steal it. I might try to steal that thing.
You gonna put that I'm an asshole on my arm?
I already got that over here. It says, "What do you want from me?" That's pretty much asshole conversation right there.
But then, so that was Friday. But it was just a lot of people out. And then I was surprised that people were staying because of, it stormed Friday real bad.
Oh, well, I don't know. I ain't go outside, but it did storm real Friday. It stormed Saturday because Wisdom was doing their show here, and it started storming real bad.
It stormed real bad Friday. Yeah. So I was surprised that people were still out getting them.
You know what? And Slick said, "Why are you giving out useless information?" But Friday 13th is unlucky. Do you know why it's unlucky?
Because of Jason.
Yup. That's why. We gonna leave it at that. It's because of Jason. Why I ain't think of that one? Slick, Friday 13th is bad, is unlucky because of Jason. That's a good one. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna leave it at that.
What's your reason?
No, that's my reason. Because Jason invades New York or whatever it is.
It's July, August, September, October, November. That spells out Jason.
Really?
July, August, September, October, November.
I ain't never know that. That's some useless information. Right? Who sat up and thought of that shit? Who thought of that? That's okay. So
it's usually either right before, in the middle of it, or right after it. It's a July 13th, a Friday the 13th. I sit around, and my brain has a lot of useless information.
Obviously, I've never heard of that.
My kids were like, "Mom, where did you get this? Where do you get this from?" It's like, "How did we get here?" It's like, I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna say July 13th. They say Friday, Friday 13th. They say Friday 13th is unlucky because back in 1307, I forget the name of the king. He brought all the Knights Templar in on Friday the 13th and had dinner with them and killed them all. So that's considered unlucky.
I know the 13th. You never see a 13th floor in any building.
They said that Judas was the 13th guest to the Last Supper. Yeah. They said on Friday is the day that they considered that Adam and Eve went into the Garden of Eden, the Forbidden Garden.
On Friday the 13th?
Yes.
So you have a lot of useless information.
Cain killed Abel on Friday the 13th. I can go on.
So you have a lot of useless information also.
That's what happens when you read.
Okay. That's what happens when you listen to your reading. Damn.
But yeah, that's just useless information. And now you know that July, August, October, September.
No. July, August, September, October, November.
Spells out Jason. Yeah. What spells out Freddy Krueger? What spells that out? What months?
Ain't nobody
February.
Ain't nobody scared of Freddy.
Oh. Well, that's true. People are more scared of Jason than Freddy. Yeah. Were they scared of Michael Myers? Because he Halloween too. Michael Myers is actually Halloween. Jason is Friday the 13th.
But he always came out around Halloween though. I don't know. I just felt like because down in Albany we had a lake called the Crystal Creek, the Crystal Lake. Okay. So I was more afraid of Jason than anybody because I would go to the summers down there by my grandmama's house, and I'd be like, "We going to the park," and I'm like, "No, we can't go here because Jason gonna come."
Oh my God! See the stuff you get from MisFits Radio, WestSide MisFits podcast. We got these kind of podcasts every day. Y'all need to really be tuned in to us because I don't know why y'all be tuning in all that mess. We gonna give y'all good, useless information all the time. You could be in a conversation with people with money and they start talking about Friday 13th. You be like, oh, yes, by the way, you can have your tea and crumpets and be like, by the way, Friday the 13th was considered the day that Cain killed Abel. And they'll be like, what? Yeah, see? I'm just saying. This is how you can have a conversation about anything at any time with anybody. Yeah. That is very true. You can't just talk about Sexy Red in her latest album because a lot of people don't want to talk about that shit. Right.
So, at the beginning of the show, you had asked me about me not being outside. Mm-hmm. Well, I told you one of the reasons.
I didn't ask you at the beginning. We asked you before the show started.
Oh, my bad. It was at the beginning.
Okay.
So
you wasn't outside.
So I haven't been outside either, not only because of the rain, but because now you have to pay to park damn near everywhere you go now. And I just can't.
You talking about club wise?
Just brunch restaurant wise. Like not clubs, cause shit. I don't even
restaurants too.
I don't even think we got clubs no more. It's just a restaurant.
Lounges, yeah.
It's just a restaurant. They got hookahs and shit in it now at the same time.
Okay.
So, but yes, so like the spot over there by Walmart, the blue and black restaurant, per se. If you go there after a certain time, you have to pay to park in their parking lot too, even though it's their parking lot.
And you're eating there.
And I'm eating there. So I've gotten out to the place where like I have to start looking now to see if I gotta pay to park. If I gotta pay to park, I'm like kind of getting out of this thing. And a lot of the restaurants in Midtown and downtown are closing. And a lot of people like they don't understand why these restaurants are closing. Because don't nobody want to pay to park.
Nobody wants to pay to park. If I'm coming to eat in your restaurant, that's your payment to park.
And it's like most of the places you could pay like 2 hours, and then you gotta go and redo it again, or you gotta have the app on your phone and pay attention so your shit don't get booted. So you paying $10 to $15 a park, depending on where you're parking.
Right.
Then I'm going in. Then your food, depending on where you're going, they may have like the small plates or the toppers, and they want to charge you
$700
for the big plates. Or everybody got the same menu.
Pretty much.
And I gotta pay the same price. Or I'm paying $25 or $30 for a drink that I can't taste the alcohol in. So it's kind of like y'all getting out of control with this pricing, the parking, and I'm like kind of over it. Like if I got to pay the park to come to your spot, and
I'm not coming.
And the parking lot is right there. I can understand if I'm downtown and you downtown, you gotta find the street and the parking lot type thing. I can understand that.
They even make you pay the parking handicap now in the restaurants and parking lots. No,
really?
They're not supposed to, but they do. They use them as VIPs, but they're not supposed to. But since it's private property, there's really not much you can do about it. But they do. They'll take the handicap spots and use them as VIP spots, and then make you pay to park there, and you handicap.
Wow.
You're disabled. So yeah, but I think that culture, I think it's more people who go out's fault that's happening because a lot of people are willing to do it. But I just think that at some point it's going to be a collapse of that system.
And I think it's slowly collapsing.
Because if I'm going to a restaurant, I don't care if you change to a club at 11 o'clock. If I come in there at 10:15 and I ain't got my food yet and I ain't ate yet, I'm not paying you extra. Too bad, so sad. But at the same time, I didn't come there for the club. So why do I have to pay to park? Why I gotta deal with the hookahs? Why I gotta deal with all the loud music and stuff? I come here just to have a good time, have a drink or two, and eat my food, go home. So I don't get why restaurants are changing the clubs. Why can't you just have a club and a restaurant? Why you can't just, you know what I'm saying? Why it's got to be the melting of both of them? It's not necessary. And that model may have been great during the pandemic and after all that, but now it's coming to a close because why? A lot of DJs are DJing at home now. They're putting their clips up on YouTube. You can have a little small party at your house, listen to a DJ on the YouTube channel. You can find just about any music you want on YouTube and have a party to it. Or you could do like we have done, have an exclusive little party. People down at the studio and we play music, we have food, drinks, and whatever games, and have a good little time. But that model of charging for everything at a club or restaurant, lounge, whatever you want to call it, is coming to an end. Yeah. And not DJs, but club owners, restaurant owners need to adapt or
some of the
collapse. One of the two.
Been going to, they have been adapting to like having happy hours. So instead of just having happy hours.
Thank you, Baskets with DD. She's a happy father. Appreciate that.
So they're having more happy hours.
Nene, I'm sorry, Baskets by Nene. I'm part. My bad.
They're doing like more happy hour type things to to draw the crowd in. So they're doing like real drinks because a lot of times you go to restaurants, they have happy hours is house drinks, and it be stuff that you ain't never heard of before. Right. And so a lot of. I'm like, and then y'all wonder why the folks throwing up in the bathroom and stumbling down the hallway.
Right.
Can't nobody take that hard stuff. Kill me now, die later.
Right.
So, a lot of places now they'll do like certain drinks. They may have like Douce and Tito's as they happy hour, or they may do Hennessy and Casamigos as they happy hour. So a lot of places have started changing for.
But happy hours has always been in place, so hasn't it?
No. So a lot of restaurants, a lot of these newer restaurants had got out of happy hour.
Okay.
So a lot of them had got out of doing happy hours.
Oh, okay.
And then again, if they did do a happy hour, they may only did happy hour one day.
Okay.
Or they may did happy hour like from 5 to 7. Mm-hmm. A lot of time people can't even get off work. They sitting in traffic here between 5 and 7.
That's true.
So a lot of places now they're running their happy hour to at least 4 to 8 or 9, or they'll do like a reverse happy hour. Like they'll actually do a happy hour on Saturdays to try to bring more of the clientele and the crowd in. But I am kind of tired of going everywhere and I gotta smell the hookah.
Yeah, hookah getting old.
Yeah, I understand the people that want to do it.
But every bar don't need to be a hookah bar.
Every bar
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So now I'm trying to go to.
Then you get amoebic dysentery or herpes from the hookah blower because they don't clean them. And then the girl before you smoked the hookah and she got herpes and now you got it.
So one of the spots I went to, they were real cleanly. They actually throw the tubes away.
Mm-hmm.
So when they do them, they throw the whole.
But the herpes is still in the bottle.
Well,
They,
I'm trying to help them. Okay,
I'm just telling you, the herpes is still in the bottle because they suck it and blow it in the bottle. Then you got all that saliva and you got all that infected saliva in the bottle. I'm just being 100% honest.
Yeah.
It's like a stripper on the pole. And she come on the pole, and the stripper for her come on the pole and slide down the pole with naked. Then she come up there and get on the pole and they ain't been wiped down. She got whatever that last stripper had. That's just a matter of.
I just don't be understanding how we always go.
Cause I'm just giving. I had to give
five with you.
I had to give facts that everybody can understand. Like,
okay,
it's been a time that I've been to a strip club at one time, and I was like, with Slick, and I was like, Slick, she ain't gonna wipe that pole off. Are they supposed to use alcohol to wipe the poles off? I'm concerned.
The fact that you gave it down.
I'm concerned. Because now you finna have, if she got whatever she got that's passable, you got it. Now you going to be itching.
It's the fact that you gave it down.
And then you going to have your boyfriend or side nigga or whoever itching. It's bad enough I got to eat glitter on my wings.
You do not have to eat glitter on your wings. Oh, did you know JD is doing a special documentary on Magic City?
I heard about that. Slick said there's something about that a month or two ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it comes out. Does it come out the end of this month? I think it comes out the end of this month. And it's just the fact that I think.
Is it gonna be a real documentary or is it gonna be like that? Like, I'm not here for Freak Nick, but from what I understand, what Slick was telling me when we watched that documentary, it didn't do it no justice.
It didn't. So I don't know how he's doing this one. But yeah, so he's doing. I think the documentary come out at the end of this month. I want to say I think it's on Netflix. He's gonna release it on Netflix. So yeah, I just don't understand why. But when he was talking, I didn't understand initially why. But he was saying because the name of the club has been in so many rap songs.
It has.
So I was like, oh, and a lot of people don't understand the culture of it, so I was like, okay, maybe, but I don't think it was that important.
Like a rite of passage for a lot of people to go to Magic City when they come here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a strip club person. Like, I don't see the point of going to a strip club, giving some. I can take that $200, give to somebody, and I can hit some skins later on. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm gonna do that, there's no fun in it to me,
right?
Because there's no end game. There's no prize at the end. I done gave you all my money, now I gotta leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get my psychological mind won't let me just give you money for nothing. So anyway, and I don't like to go there to eat wings and you got glitter and sweat on my wings because you booty shaking to the guy next to me at the next table, and now all your booty juice is on my food.
That is not what happens.
That is exactly what happens. See.
Slick,
let me give you some useful information.
Give me some more
body fluids spray up to 6 feet. When you at the urinal, when you peeing, it sprays 6 feet in there. So when somebody's sweating and they're dancing at the table next to you, trust me, that sweat is getting on your food. That sweat and glitter is getting on your food. You may not see it, you may not taste it, but you are damn sure ingesting it. Let's get that straight.
So that means you're ingesting it while you're sitting there, whether you buy food or not?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
It's in the air.
All right.
Basket by Nene said, other wings are so good. Yeah. Wings on point. I see, that's what I'm saying.
You know, they start doing brunches now too.
I don't want stripper brunch. I don't want stripper brunch. I'm sorry. Call me square. Call me lame. I don't want a stripper brunch. I don't want pancakes and eggs with a side of coochie juice.
I'm so over you.
I just don't want it.
So anyway, on Sundays,
okay,
I'm gonna do the rundown.
Go ahead.
We do. Do they come or they don't come?
On every other Sunday.
Every other
Sunday. Not until July 4th weekend. He gonna come back. We have.
Are we having a show July 4th weekend?
July 4th is on Friday. The show is on the 6th. I don't know what y'all talking about. July 4th is on Friday. I don't know why we wouldn't have a show on the 6th, but it is what it is. We'll figure it out when we get to that. When we get to that, cross that bridge. Y'all niggas seem not to be dedicated to this podcasting thing. Like, no, we gonna see what happens. But July 4th is on a Friday. I checked. Our show airs. Only show that needs to cancel on July 4th is You Hot Yet. Everybody else can come to the show, but it's on y'all. It's up to y'all. Y'all want to be famous with this thing, trying to make this thing blow up, or y'all just want to do it for hobby? It's on y'all. Anyway, every other Sunday we have Talk That Shit TV at 1:30 on Sundays.
And you saying he's starting back July 6th?
Probably July 6th.
Okay.
Go
and
ahead.
then you got us, WestSide MisFits, the original people, and then you have
at what time though? So you gotta get time.
3 to 5.
3 to 5.
Majority of the time, 3 to 5. Could be 3:30 to 5:30.
Depends on how we feel.
Yeah, but majority of the time it's 3 to 5. And then you have evening. What do I do watch
the Shantastic Storm.
The no. Yes.
Shantastic Storm at 5:30.
That's what she calling it now.
That's what we call it.
Okay.
R&B sessions. This is
yeah.
Hey, this is just for all the lovers.
Yeah.
It's all pure R&B. She don't play no rap. She don't play none of that new stuff. It's all classic R&B. You know what I'm saying? For the love in you, trying to bring that love frequency back.
And she comes on behind us at 5 to 6, 5:30 to 6:30. And then at 8 o'clock,
BMU.
They come on.
The Real Atlanta Podcast.
The Real Atlanta Podcast. They come on. They're cool. And then on Mondays we have Dosed Up. On Tuesdays, is that the church people?
On Tuesdays we have Miscommunications Podcast.
She back?
Yeah, she started back last week.
Oh, I didn't see her.
Yeah, because you don't be watching us. Y'all don't support each other at all.
No. If the motherfucker come on, I look at it.
Okay,
so I didn't know she was back.
Okay.
And then are they every other Tuesday?
Every other Sunday. I mean every other Wednesday. We got to get to Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday we have Misfits of Comedy at 8 o'clock.
And then
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday shows start at 8 o'clock at night.
And then every other Wednesday we have Chosen Fruit. They come on.
Chosen Few. The Chosen Few podcast.
Fruit.
Which is religious. Few.
F-E-W. You sound like fruit.
Few. Few.
F-E-
I don't know who say fruit like that. You got to pronounce all the letters in fruit. There's no hey, this don't sound like no fruit. This few. Who says fruit like that? What the hell is going on? Anyway, we have the Chosen Few podcast, not fruit. I don't know who says fruit where it sounds like few, but it's not me. I went to school. I learned how to pronounce my words correctly. Anyway, on Thursdays, we have Changing Lives or Mr. Short Dollar, 8 o'clock on Thursdays. We are hosted by Deontay Burton. We also have, on Fridays, we have You High Yet podcast at 8 o'clock, hosted by One Wise One, Hood African, and DJ Rasta Shop.
What the fuck?
One Wise, what's his name? You don't follow him on Instagram, do you? That's why. Wiz, we call him Wiz. Okay, so yeah, all them shows we run down Monday through Friday is 8 o'clock at night. Except for Wednesday, we may have one at 9:30. Yeah, 9:30, and then Sundays 1:30, 3 o'clock, 5:30, and 8 o'clock. These are the times of podcasts. We don't do anything on Friday, but make that money so we keep these podcasts going.
Saturday, you mean?
Saturday. We don't do anything on Saturday, but make that money so we keep these podcasts going. Anyway, that's it for today.
It's been real.
It's been real. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Check us out tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Or get a dose of that pimping with Double D. Double D with double dose of that pimping. No, I'm just joking. All right, y'all. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers.
Happy Father's Day to everybody.
And not to no mothers who pretend that they fathers. We're not saying that to y'all this year. We're not saying Happy Father's Day to mothers who take care of their children. Y'all get y'all day on Mother's Day. I don't know why y'all want to take over Father's Day.
I never have.
Y'all always want to take over everything. Y'all can't just be regular. Anyway.
Going down a whole rabbit hole again. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Bye.
I combined you in with my friends. Talk about good times, music
this one up, my boy. 3 o'clock. Yeah. That's radio.
It's 3 o'clock, it's 3 o'clock. From 3 to 5, they going live. On MisFits Radio. Turn it up, that's my favorite show. It's 3 o'clock, it's 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. From 3 to 5, they going live. On MisFits Radio. Turn it up, that's my favorite show.
From 3 to 5, they going live. MisFits Radio. Every Sunday, yeah, they certified. My favorite show. New guests this week, ain't no surprise what you been praying for. If you trying to take their top spot, you better pray some more. Slick got the camera rolling, lab on the ones and twos. It's a lot, they going in the dirt and someone come for you. This my favorite podcast, you listen, it's your favorite too. Playing all the hits.